Something huge just went down at Disney's D23. Marvel pulled back the curtain on Avengers Doomsday. And let me tell you, this wasn't just another sizzle reel. This was a statement. Hidden Easter eggs, shocking cameos, and a glimpse of Doctor Doom's arrival. And if you blinked, you might have missed a detail that completely rewrites where the MCU is heading. Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe and ring that bell. I'll be breaking down every secret, every leak, and every frame leading up to Doomsday. The footage starts out with that familiar Marvel Studios fanfare, the one we've all heard 100 times. But halfway through, the music suddenly cuts off, and then Thor's voice breaks through. We can put together the greatest team ever. Now here's the thing, this isn't just some recycled Thor line. This feels like Marvel signaling what's coming in Doomsday. Multiple squads of Avengers, splintered and reshaped, all trying to step up when the stakes are higher than ever. Between each hero moment, there's this eerie sound. Not quite magic, not quite tech, more like both colliding. That's Doom's energy signature, his fusion of sorcery and science. Every time the trailer jumps to a new scene, that mechanical, magical whoosh reminds you Doom is always looming in the background. And speaking of heroes, Sam Wilson's line hits next. If we can't see the good in each other, we've already lost the fight. That one stinks, because Marvel is setting up real conflict between the new Avengers lineups. Remember the fallout from Thunderbolts? The legal fight over who gets to carry the Avengers name? Yeah, these heroes are walking into Doomsday already divided. We see Shuri, fierce as ever, declaring, "Now is our time to strike." And if you've noticed how much more ruthless she's become since Wakanda Forever, that edge is going to carry into this war against Doom's forces. Then things really start to heat up. She's spotted aboard a ship alongside the Fantastic Four, Torres in his Falcon armor, and even John Walker with the Thunderbolts. That's right, Marvel's weaving all these teams into one storyline. And of course, leave it to Ant-Man to lighten the mood. He jokes about whether he'll be there when the Avengers need him, followed by a gunshot transition, then proudly answers absolute. Classic Scott Lang. But the real message, he's back in action for Doomsday. The trailer doubles down on the theme of fractured unity. Yelena Belova drops a line, "We stick together from now on." That's clearly meant to underline how messy these first encounters will be. Every hero has their own agenda, but Yelena, she's the glue. Falcon adds his own emotional punch. That pressure, that responsibility, I want that too. This ties directly into Captain America Brave New World. He's stepping into leadership, into the Avengers mantle. Even Red Guardian shows up hyped. This has the makings of a team that can bring light from the darkness. He might be comic relief, but here his words land heavier. And then Loki himself drops a truth bomb. Raising things to the ground is easy. Fixing what's broken is hard. Chills. Straight from Loki Season 2. With the TVA confirmed to appear in Doomsday, this line feels like Marvel reminding us the multiverse is cracking apart. Here's where things get wild. Professor X. Yes, Patrick Stewart again warns that there are forces in this world, mutant and human alike, who believe a war is coming. That's Doom's shadow stretching into the X-Men universe. Then James Marden's Cyclops pledges, "If anything happens, I'll take care of them." Sure, it's lifted from X-Men The Last Stand, but Marvel is recontextualizing it. Are they hinting at danger for Xavier? Maybe even Magneto's return, because yes, Ian McKellen is confirmed to be back too. Most of the shots of the X mentioned looked like they're happening in their original universe, which could be the same one that Monica Rambeau stumbled into during the Marvels. Then Reed Richards himself says, "Today we are your defenders. We will protect you," clearly echoing the Fantastic Four's role in Doomsday. Remember that post-credit tease with Franklin Richards and Robert Downey Jr.'s rumored Doctor Doom? Yeah, Marvel is planting those seeds early. We even see Shuri rallying Wakanda with the same war cry T'Challa once gave in Infinity War. Emotional, powerful, and a reminder that Wakanda will be front and center when this war explodes. At this point, the trailer pivots into a behind-the-scenes vibe. Joe Russo casually mentions, "Right now we're in London shooting Avengers Doomsday." That's when Paul Rudd bursts in with classic Ant-Man energy, cutting them off mid-speech, jokingly blocking spoilers, and even stepping in front of the camera to hide the massive set behind them. Total chaos and completely intentional. It's Marvel's way of teasing the scale of what's happening without giving away the whole game. Then Anthony Russo calls Doomsday bigger than anything we've done before. And when you remember they made Infinity War and Endgame, that's saying a lot. They tease massive set pieces, jaw-dropping casts, and of course Doom as the central threat. The way it's shot, the energy, the secrecy, feels just like those early behind-the-scenes reels we got for Infinity War. enough to hype us up without giving the whole game away. And finally, we can't ignore the 1940s cars, the Peggy Carter glimpses, and the heavy implication that Chris Evans' Steve Rogers is showing up again. Loki seems tied into the storyline, maybe pulling Steve and Peggy back into play after Endgame. Why? That's the question. But if Marvel is revisiting that era, you know it's more than nostalgia. Something happened back then that's going to ripple into Doomsday. So, what do you think? Is Doctor Doom about to outshine Thanos as the MCU's ultimate villain? And how do you feel about the Avengers splintering into factions before they even face him? Drop your theories in the comments, because this trailer was packed with details. And hey, if you've been watching this long, you're clearly as hyped as I am. Make sure you hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive.